Well, I just got out of seeing Batman vs. Superman. It was, well, yeah. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I mean, I went into this movie with incredibly low expectations, and for the most part, they were met. I mean, this movie is a jumbled mess. You got 5 different movies. You got Batman movie. You got Superman movie. You got Batman vs. Superman the movie. You got Lois Lane doing whatever. You got Justice League set up. And then you got Lex Luthor, who wants Batman and Superman to fight because I don't even fucking know. And he decides to make... Okay, let's talk about that. This story is a mess. Basically, Batman thinks Superman is a threat to humanity because of the end of Man of Steel, because we saw a whole bunch of, because we open with that. Okay, big spoilers. We open with that. We see Bruce Wayne trying to help civilians, and then we see that the Wayne Enterprise is building a Metropolis. I swear, Gotham and Metropolis are, like, right next to each other in this movie. I don't know if that's the case in the comics, but whatever. Well, I was already in a bad mood when this movie was about to start. Let's just say this. You think you know a guy, but you don't. You really, really don't. And if you're watching this, you know who you fucking are. That's all I'll say. Anyway. There's this one part where, where Bruce is basically... we open with Bruce Wayne as a kid. He falls into the Batcave, and then he starts, assembling, like he's a god, I don't know. It's like, oh, yeah, look, you're doing the freaking Jesus imagery again, Snyder. I really don't get why you're so obsessed with that. It really doesn't work. Knock it off. Acting-wise, Ben Affleck, yeah, I'll give it to him. He definitely tried his best. He was fantastic. I got no complaints about him. Henry Cavill, not bad. Could be better. Amy Adams, well, she's trying. Really, honestly, she's trying. I'll give her that. And Gal Gadot, she's, she was fine. And the only complaint I really have performance-wise is Jesse Eisenberg. Worst Lex Luthor ever. I mean, he was trying to do a mix of the Gene Hackman Luthor and the Joker, and I don't even fucking know. This was like Kevin Spacey. I barely even remember what Kevin Spacey was like as Luthor, where he was trying to do a mix of serious and goofy Luthor, and it just didn't work. It didn't work here. Luthor was there's this part where he's where Luthor is basically, he cuts his hand because he needs to merge his blood with Zod's corpse to create Doomsday or something like that. It really didn't make sense. And then he's tearing up, and I don't really know why. He's just, I don't get it. I really, really don't get it. Anyway, Batman, I'm gonna be honest, Batman is a fucking moron in this movie. Really, really, he's fucking stupid. He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective, but he certainly doesn't act like that. He thinks Superman's a threat. Yes, I guess, but he doesn't do... So he just naturally... he jumps to conclusions about Superman. He basically thinks... Lex Luthor basically sets Superman up to be framed for, a bomb in the Senate, and that starts, this anti-Superman hysteria. Which, to be fair, is a totally Luthor thing to do. I'll give it credit for that. Well... But it's Batman, you have no real moral ground here, because Batman really does kill quite a few people. That also leads me to another complaint. There's so many dream sequences in this movie. I'm not even sure what he's trying to say. Like, he has this scene where, like, in a post-apocalyptic world where Superman is just, like, Superman has apparently ruled the world and Batman's, like, fighting, and we see him, like, cracking, snapping people's necks. Just, using guns. Like, oh my god, like, Batman should not use guns. I know this is, like, people are, like, all this debate over whether or not Batman should kill or should not kill. And, you know, I think what they were trying to go for is that this was a 20 years later Batman. He's been doing this for quite a while. It's like the Dark Knight Returns, which is okay. I get what they're trying to go for. It's just not conveyed well. Like, if Batman is okay with, like, killing these criminals, how's Joker still alive? Because, like, if anything, he'd be the first one Batman would kill. And that's the whole point. Batman doesn't kill. I know that you could argue the Tim Burton Batman killed, and to be fair, I didn't like that either, looking back on it, but in all sense of fairness, they were trying to establish that Batman as being, as far apart from the Adam West version as possible, and, and it was based off the very, very early Bob Kane and Bill Finger comics, where Batman actually did kill quite a few people. So, whatever. But it's the thing is, we just came off a whole trilogy of movies that really set apart Batman's whole no kill and no guns thing. Like Batman Begins showed how integral that was to his character. Okay, there was that whole thing with the, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you, which I didn't like either. It was kind of hypocritical, but whatever. That's not really the subject of the movie. So, on that subject of whether or not these guys should kill, I mean, I think Doomsday's in this because, why not? Just throw fucking Doomsday in there. Why not? And, I mean, I'm not sure how General Zod's corpse becomes Doomsday. I wasn't even really paying attention to that part. Luthor suddenly finds this Kryptonian pool or something. Oh, man. And then somehow Zod becomes Doomsday. Because... oh, God. Wonder Woman's in this, but, I mean, her scenes are not bad. I will admit, when she suits up, it's kind of cool. I was like, oh, okay, that does make sense. But, Wonder Woman is just... she's not needed. You really didn't need her in this movie. You could have just focused on Batman versus Superman. I mean, I'm sure everyone's seen the world's finest anime movie. It was like 20 years ago. If they had just made a live-action version of that, I would have been happy. I would have been more than happy. Just translate perfectly from anime to live-action. Boom. You got the perfect Batman-Superman movie right there. What else? What haven't I talked about? Okay, yeah. Superman, like, I don't even know why he wants to hate Batman so much. I mean, Batman's doing things like branding criminals, which, like, is practically a death sentence, and, I really don't get why Batman does that. It ties into what I said before, what they're trying to convey, but it's just not done well. Okay, there's Lex Luthor. Let me go back to him. Like, he goes on and on about how suddenly he's, like, all about man versus God, bat versus man. What? Like, I don't even get why he wants Batman and Superman to fight, but he just... there's this part where he, just... Or at the end, he's like rambling about, oh, he's coming, he's coming. I'm like, how the fuck do you know this? Like, what are you, a psychic? How does he know this? There's no way he should know this. Did they take the Joker or any other character and just merge him with Luthor? Because that seems like that's what they did. The Joker was probably supposed to be in this. Like, Movie Bob said it best. Joker was probably supposed to be in this, and they just combined Joker and Luthor into one character because it made the most sense. Oh, man. What else is there? I don't even know. This movie just... It was a blur. Like, it's just a whole jumbled mess. Oh, yeah! There's cameos for the Justice League. Oh, plenty of those. There's the Flash, which is really, really out of... Like, there's this part where Bruce Wayne is sleeping, and he gets this... After he gets a dream within a dream, he wakes up, and then he sees, like, this person who I think is supposed to be the Flash, just coming out of this portal telling him, oh, you have to stop him. You were right. He's a threat. And I'm like... What are you saying with this, Snyder? What the fuck are you saying? Like, is this supposed to be the Flash? Because it looks like the Flash. The costume looks like the Flash. Why would he even be dreaming about this? Like, there really should have been more build-up for this. There should have been a Batman movie. There should have been a Superman movie. We set them apart, and then, like, the total clash of night and day. Like, Batman's supposed to be, you know, the sun. No, what am I saying? Batman's the night, Superman's the day. You know, they're literally light and dark. They're total opposites. One's superpowered, basically a god, and one's basically just a normal man. And they did not contrast that. They tried. They really tried, but... everything in this movie was so dark. Like, it's the same problem in Man of Steel. Everything is so gray. You really, really need to add some color to this. I get you're trying to go for dark and gritty. Like, DC's had this problem, or ever since The Dark Knight, they've wanted all their movies to be dark and edgy, like, because that movie did so well. And here's the thing, Warner Brothers. People didn't like The Dark Knight because... People didn't like The Dark Knight because it was edgy and dark. People liked The Dark Knight because it was well made. It was well shot, it had a good story, good acting, and good characters. That's why people like The Dark Knight. And that's not what you seem to understand. You seem to think people like it because it was gritty. Look, like, Marvel's doing this with their superhero movies. It's all bright, colorful. Like, I did not laugh once during this movie. This movie was so devoid of humor. Like, come on, crack a joke. Like, I'm not saying you have to quip all the time like they do in the Avengers, because this isn't that type of... These aren't those type of heroes. And, you know, it's Joss Whedon did that, so it's kind of Joss Whedon's thing. What was it Zack Snyder said? I think he said... I watched this YouTube video or something of how all these people Batman killed. Fucking idiot. Like, you fucking idiot. Clearly you don't get Batman. Batman is not supposed to be about killing. He's not supposed to be about using guns and whatever. I've gone on about that already. And, what else did he say? Oh yeah, I remember now. He said, "Oh, people didn't talk about the deaths in Star Wars, or else all people did in Man of Steel was complain about that." Well, here's the thing: in Star Wars, that was caused by the bad guys who were deliberately killing people to show off their new weapon. You were supposed to be horrified. Man of Steel, Superman, all this destruction's happening, and Superman's not doing anything. And Superman's too busy fighting Zod because, you know, whatever, that's a whole nother movie. I mean, I was already in a bad mood. Like I said, personal matters. You thought you thought you had friends. You got sold out. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Guess you know a guy. And then I had to see the movie in fucking 3D. That was another sour point. I had to watch it in fucking 3D. 3D. When will that go away? What haven't I talked about? Wonder Woman, like I said before, she's good in this movie. Like, her scene when she shoots up is really well done, but, like, her scenes are so sporadic. I'm trying to figure out just what is she doing? She's not doing anything. She's just randomly popping up at parties. Bruce Wayne is, like, jumping from place to place. It's like, it's choppy editing. It's just, it keeps jumping from scene to scene, like, without any context, he's at a totally different party, he meets Diana, like, there's a scene where he's dancing with her from the trailer, which was obviously cut. There's supposed to be a director's cut that explains this, I think, which this movie desperately needs. It desperately needs an extended cut. I heard it's R-rated. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, this movie, this violence, Zack Snyder, this is a fucking superhero film. We should be having fun. I didn't really feel like I was having fun watching this movie. The action was good. What else haven't I talked about? Oh, the fight. For the big fight between Batman and Superman, it wasn't like there really wasn't much to it. Batman just Batman does go in prepared, which is totally a Batman thing to do. I liked it. He had everything prepared. He planned out every contingency, which is exactly what Batman would do if he had to fight Superman, which I think he has, and he always comes. If he comes prepared, he knows what to do. He always splits up kryptonite or something. I don't remember too well. Fucking hell, this movie's a mess. Well, on the plus side, Captain America's coming out in like a month. There's no way that'll disappoint because DC's trying not to do what Marvel did. They're basically just introducing all these heroes and, getting them together for Justice League, and then they're going to split them off into their own movies. Yeah, I get that you don't want to copy what Marvel did, but the thing is, what Marvel did, it worked. Like, imagine, like I said before, if we had gotten, say, a Batman movie that set up his universe, a Superman movie that set up his, Wonder Woman movie, maybe a Green Lantern movie, maybe a Flash movie, and then you have, at some point you have a Batman Superman movie that's just Batman Superman, no Justice League, none of that, and then you have a Justice League movie. And then you, instead of, just rushing Darkseid onto the screen, which, oh god, I am so worried about how they're gonna fuck him up. He's probably gonna look terrible. The CGI is gonna be god-awful, because Doomsday looked awful. Just absolutely dreadful. Oh, yeah. The scene where Batman realizes Superman's not a bad guy because they both have the same. Their mothers both have the name Martha. How does Luthor know Martha was Superman's mother? Does he know Superman's Clark Kent? I mean, they act like. I mean, how are they going to explain that? I'll get into that in a minute. How did Luthor know Martha Kent was Superman's mother? He has to know he's Clark Kent, but yet he doesn't really say that. And he does say, yeah, Lois Lane, he pushes her off a building knowing Superman will save her, and yeah, that's the one person Superman will always save. Yeah, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Martha Wayne. Oh, God, was that even really acknowledged? I don't really know. In the comics, it was they basically just like Batman just wants to kill, just like realizes, oh, you're not such a bad guy because your mom is the same name as my mom, and it's like, so fucking what? Like, Batman's like really about ready to kill Superman. Like, I don't even know what moral ground Batman has in this movie, because he's perfectly willing, like, he does not give two fucks. I get it that they're trying to say it's because, Joker killed Robin. I don't know if that was supposed to be Dick Grayson or Jason Todd or Tim Drake. It really doesn't fucking matter. Because, the members are showing. They showed Flash, they showed Aquaman. No Green Lantern, because I don't think anybody wants to touch him after that movie from 5 years ago. Good God, that was 5 years ago. So they really, really want to save him. No Martian Manhunter, because I heard he's great on Supergirl, but I haven't watched Supergirl, so I really don't know. Like, they showed Cyborg. Like, here's what I think they should have done. Like, with Batman, you set up Robin, and then you maybe show little hints of Batgirl, and you maybe introduce Batgirl in the second Batman movie, which causes friction between Robin and Batman. Robin goes off, and maybe Raven shows up and recruits him, and you can do Teen Titans films there. Because I would love to see Teen Titans films, but I don't think we're going to get that in this universe. It's just, there's no way we can. Man, Teen Titans. Then, you could have Robin become Nightwing in one of those Teen Titans movies. Like, there's so much you could do, but whatever, they're not doing that. They're just rushing. They have to catch up to Marvel. It's so weird, the contrast between DC and Marvel. Movies, Marvel has been king. DC has always been trying to catch up. DC's always been hit and miss when it comes to movies. I mean, they have Batman's done good. Superman's been, kind of hit and miss. Even Batman's had bad films. Batman and Robin, of course. And, some people don't like The Dark Knight Rises, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. Oh, man. It's that's what I was saying. DC, you've done well. You've done well with your television and your animation, which Marvel has always been hit and miss with. I mean, like, some people like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., some people don't, but, it's a different subject. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Some people tell me, I have somebody who tells me he loves it, and then I have somebody else tell me it's one of the worst television shows he's ever watched. I've heard Agent Carter is good, and their Netflix shows have been good, so Marvel's doing a little better on the television front. But DC's king, because DC's got The Flash, they got Arrow, they got Supergirl, they have... What else do they have? I mean, they had Young Justice, which might be getting a revival, I heard, but I don't know if that's true. I mean, animation-wise, they got Teen Titans Go, and... Ugh. Teen Titans Go. It's an insult to the original in every way. So, if there's any consolation, well, I can just watch the animated World's Finest again, which I will enjoy infinitely better than this movie. Because at least that movie I had fun. I mean, Batman and Superman didn't really get along in that movie, but, it was like, okay, it makes sense because they're so differing. Their methods are so different. Like, that's it. That should have been their dynamic in this movie. They don't see eye to eye at first because of their differing methods, but they respect each other. And then, like, maybe Joker and Luthor do something, they kidnap Lois, whatever, and then Batman and Superman have to team up. Really, that's all we needed. That was all I wanted. I've rambled on long enough about this movie. Movie's a mess. They're building their universe on really, really muddy water. I mean, they've gotten savaged by critics, so I really don't know what they're gonna do. Wish I could say I was in a better mood. I'm really not. I'm not in a good mood right now. Personal issues. 3D. Oh. Anyway, should you go see it? Well, that's up to you. I mean, chances are you've already seen it. I'm just offering my opinion on it. Oh, fucking hell. Sorry, I'm just really pissed off. I'm really not happy. I'm really fucking not happy. Alright, I think I've talked about this long enough. Anyway, back to editing the Metal Gear Solid 5 review. Alright, see you guys later.